Hey gang, Gameface here, and Planet Coaster is here too, and we're gonna do some stuff in Planet Coaster today, and I don't know what those things are yet. I haven't really thought about it. I think it's gonna start with deleting these trees, because they look stupid. Looks too fake. It looks too fake. I tried to make it look fake, but it looks too fake. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But, yeah, I want to get in here and do some of this stuff. Get a little bit more detail in here. Because that's basically what's missing in this area. And then I might go back and do some stuff in the, the dark ride, and I might do a little work on that. But right now I want to start to get some like flow in here. There's got to be some flow in here, and right now I don't think there is. I've been thinking about the curbs, and I finally came to the conclusion in order to do my own curbs it would be like just way too much. And hey Nate, what's going on with my... Oh, there it is. Oh. That's fine. You're just happy to see me. I'm kidding, of course. Yes. Hey, Martin. How is everybody doing today? I don't know if this is what I want in here. Maybe I only want a few trees. Let's experiment. Let's experiment. Let's just go with a couple trees first. Spread throughout. Because we don't know. I don't want to hide the rides. A cheese joke or a cheesy joke? Cheesy joke. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is use more of a garden type layout. There we go. That can be a bush. You're a bush. Yes. I think I might have heard that before. Whoa, that was a little too much. That was a lot too much. That might be good. Okay, so let's add more stuff in this area here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna avoid putting it on the red soil. I'll only put the stuff on here, and we'll try to keep to that pattern throughout, so it looks like, you know, just a bad place to grow things, or I don't know. So there's some type of common sense to it all. Okay. Yeah, so gardens. Do I want like organized? Yeah, maybe I do. I don't know. How is that spooky though? You know, that's the whole thing. This whole Huh. I almost want to steal something else from something I built before. I guess that wouldn't really be stealing. That would just be using my creations in multiple ways. But I don't know. All I know is it's the weekend coming up. Well, actually, it is. I consider it the weekend now. It's starting now, and it ends like sometime around now, but on Sunday, when you got to start getting ready for work. So it's finally happened. It's all, our software is all rolled out and public facing, like the whole thing. It's all out there now. We pressed the button today and allowed people who weren't in the software pilot into the system. Whether or not they use it, we'll see. But it all seemed to be working good. Is that the right rocks? Deciduous rocks. I didn't... They just... I don't know. They're all freaking huge. I just want a little tiny thing like, you know, like that. I don't know. 3 more days. Yes, I keep on forgetting about that. I am going to use it. I'm going to use it in this. So if anybody, yeah. So it's going to be used in this park. I need to build something like Aztec-like on one of the rides, I think. I don't need to. There's no, like, there's not somebody saying you need to build this, but I'm going to. I like the idea. Whoa. Hey, perfect time. Come on. I wish the menus were faster in this game. It would make things so much faster. Okay, what are we seeing? What's visible? You know what I'm gonna do? Because, you know, terrain doesn't. I am going to move this around. Hey, Megadico! How are you? Whoa. The other thing I want to bring it up next rock. Of course, I'm gonna make that the same material as everything else. Paint that. That. Whoa. Why is that so freaking intense? There we go. I'm just sort of filling in a few details around there, around here, today. Trying to get all this to look like as a single unit, as opposed to, you know, a ride sitting next to a ride. And then I might start skinning the next piece. I don't know what the next piece is. These are just sitting here, by the way. They're not real. Everything you see here is artificial. So yeah, and maybe going in and tossing a few trees around, stuff like that. I'm trying not to. I'm specifically trying not to block everything with trees. But there might be a big tree like that's really not blocking anything. There might be some big trees like that. But I'm still trying to keep the spooky theme as well. And then, you know, it's not necessarily going well. I will say that. It hasn't been an easy thing to do. Not that I'm looking for something easy. But I'm sure it's been pretty boring for some of the streams. I wonder if I need some... Sorry, I laugh every time. It's a... Monty Python thing. No, it's actually not... Is it? Yeah, it's one of the Monty Python... Maybe it's one of the Monty Python movies. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Okay, maybe this should be more sandy. This makes me think of those you know, you see those people building the pieces, the things for model trains where they're like airbrushing all the pieces, just building little trees and stuff like that. Why are you not so happy today? What's happened? I want to try this. No. Is that really something? Ah, you know what? I know what I need. I know what needs to happen. I think I know what I need. I think we need fences. That's what I think. That this is gonna do it. This is gonna. No fences. No fences. There must be like a fence section. There is a section. Fences. like them. Or do I go with something like this? And put in my own posts. I can do something like this. Oh, yeah, I understand. I understand. That's, yeah. Definitely understand that. I'm sorry to hear that. Do I want to... I think I want something like this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to change the color of it, because that's not gonna work. And it is supposed to be spooky. Okay. Very similar to what that is. That no. Oh, this is just bugs me. And of course, there's going to be some difference. That. I guess that's closer. But, is it close enough? Let's find out. I wish I could, I could have made it so that I could have copied a building. So limiting them. Maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'm just going to keep going like this. Of course, it's going to come up like 6 inches too short. I don't know why I copied. No. Looks okay to me. Don't know about the color though. Okay, well, you know what? I am gonna make it into a little building. A fence building. That's not. I actually haven't really thought about it at all. I've had other stuff on my mind. Okay. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Whoops. There we go. Now duplicate that. And we'll move down here. Actually, I shouldn't have duplicated it. I should have just done this. Advanced duplicate. 721, 621, me. See, the thing is, though, you're gonna be awfully bored in my stream, because that very rarely happens. People are you know. Hey, Mr. Heinrich, how are you today? What? Repeat what? I said it's very rare that people are doing anything bad and watching my stream. Very rarely happens. And my chat is so slow that not like I can't just like go quick, you know, move my mouse up to the screen and click block them and delete their messages. It's if the chat was like boom, you know, I could definitely see requiring multiple moderators, but you know, the last 6 people to say anything were you. So, you know what I mean? Okay, does that make sense? Or does it look too, you know, manufactured? There we go. There we go. I fixed it. It's all good now. I have an idea. Let's put more over here. Then we'll decide. Now the question being, of course, do I repeat what I did there? So, you know, so you should know what the first rule of being a mod is then. And you're breaking it, really. First rule of being a mod is don't ask to be a mod. You know what I mean? Like, and I know, like, my moderators, I guess, you know, like I said, nothing ever happens, so, well, at least you're the good kind of excited, not the bad kind of excited. But I'll definitely think about it. because you are here a lot. But you know, like I'm very tolerant, and with a moderator, I'd want somebody who's also very tolerant. Any reason to put this here? Other than to maintain consistency. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be putting more stuff in here. Hey Draffy. How you doing? I needed that. Yeah, actually, you know what? When we were talking about mods yesterday, I completely forgot about the first mod for my channel. The first mod was Nick. And you know, Nick still shows up now and then. Worried about your health. Oh. Not good, I guess. Me, I don't like doctors. I don't go to see doctors or anything. Even though I've had multiple surgeries. Unless there's something horribly wrong with me, I avoid them. So if until there's something horribly wrong with me, I'm not gonna know if there's anything wrong with me. Yeah, it's a thing that men do a lot, from what I hear. What am I doing here? I am looking for trees. But there's no objects that begin with FEN that's tree. Ride a coaster. Yeah. There is only one coaster. We could ride it. Yeah, I don't know. Unless it's like a backache or something like that. Like, you know, actually even a backache sometimes, yeah. And I guess your healthcare system is basically similar to ours. It's basically Uh, government all are paid for, and yet we still avoid going to the doctor. Even me, I'm awful. Yeah, visiting a doctor is free, but yes. I used to get get what's called spontaneous pneumothorax. And what that is basically, a hole suddenly appears in your lung, and the air comes out of your lung and goes between your lung and your chest cavity. And just basically one of your lungs basically empties. And then when you're breathing, you know, the lung can't work. And, you know, one day I had this, like, ache. And, like, I'd move and I'd, like, oh, there's something going on in there. There's something going on, and it was really freaking me out. But, I went to work. And I, yeah, I can't remember what happened exactly. My boss. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I walked to the clinic to go see them about it. And I went in. And, they're like, okay, we'll go take some x-rays. So they went and took some x-rays. And, you know, the doctor was was kind of stupid to do this, but he came back in all panicked. He was like, I wasn't panicked until he came in. Well, I wasn't panicked at all. Until he came in all freaking out, like, oh, we gotta call an ambulance. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've been fine all morning. And they're like, oh, well, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we're not gonna show you these. We're gonna send them off to the hospital. I'm like, well, what's going on? And they're like, I'm like, yeah, well, you're not calling an ambulance because that's not free. Ambulances here are, like, totally expensive. Well, I guess not compared to the States. Not compared to the States. And so basically I got my boss came and took me to the hospital, to the emergency. And yeah, my lung had collapsed is basically what it was. It was a spontaneous lung collapse. Could be redirected. Oh, like have to referred. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't happen here. Like, there's not. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends. We have to pay for our prescriptions and all that stuff. But a trip to the doctor, surgery, you know, depending on what it is generally covered for health matters, not for, you know, cosmetics. And, none of that's. Yeah. But yeah, so I, you know, they told me, oh, okay, yeah, your lung had collapsed. Go about your life. It's gonna ache for a while. You've got about 75% use of it, so it's like a 25% collapse. Yeah, see, it depends on like they're talking about um um having a monthly fee because basically, there's a huge backlog for services and everything like that because it is basically a social health care, what it is. Um, when my name's Gameface. I have two rules. Nobody's gonna know my name, and there's no point for anybody to know my age. It doesn't matter. But you can call me Gameface. I'm good with it. I chose it. I actually chose that name. Okay, so actually, that's not too bad. I like that. That worked out well. Now we got to make it spooky because it's not spooky. Um, yeah, it's because people bug me about it, and I'm stubborn. People can probably guess my age. I'm not going to tell them if they're right or wrong. And they've tried to guess my name for ages. But I don't live in a huge place. I don't need to be a victim of swatting. Um, so there's just certain information. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna give that out. Okay, so I need webs. I need some webs. I need a little bit of spider web. How are we gonna do this? What kind of spider web do we want today? Huh? Eh? Oh, look at that. Now, all I need... rock. Oh, it's not. I need lots. But what I'm gonna use... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong rock. That'll do. That's all I got. Oh well. Okay, there's like way too much information. Definitely more than I need to know. Does explain why you're so excitable though. Sorry. Why am I picking the same rock? Or do they look the same? No, they are the same rock. Like, why am I picking the same one over and over again? Just not paying attention. Okay, so I got that done. I think that is done. I think that's what we're sort of going for here. Not done in the sense of, oh, okay, yes, I guess I should put some animatronics in here. We need animatronics. Bring in the props. Yeah, I knew two of those things. I knew your name was Raphael and you were from the Netherlands. But that's all I knew. But I think I know that from your Steam profile. Don't I? Isn't that where I know that from? I don't know where I know that from. Okay, come on, come on. Oh, I know what we need. I know what we need. Do we need this? Maybe this isn't something we should have. Maybe it's a bad thing to have. But I'm gonna try it anyway, because, you know. Does that look like a hanging tree? I don't know if it looks like a hanging tree. What I need is rope. I need some rope. Can't have it hanging without a rope. That's not rope. What's the request? Yes, it did. Basically stopped since then, but yes, I did. I make something to celebrate that. What did I make? I had something hidden in the park. This is not going to work. Okay, so much for that idea. I was gonna build a noose. Well, and that's exactly my worry. Sorry. Where am I here? I'm trying to put animatronics in here. This is where this is what I've decided. This is what I'm doing. Okay. I don't know why there would be rats scurrying around through the rocks. That's the problem with the rats. You need an absolutely flat surface with nothing on it. There he's floating, right? Oh, he's going through a rock. Is that good? I think that might be. I don't know. What can we... That's a moving arm. I don't know if I want a moving arm. I don't even know if I want a skeleton. We'll definitely go with some birds. Whoa, that's a sideways bird. How are you doing that, bird? Hey Dodo Gaming, welcome to the stream. Maybe some spiders. Bat cannon? But that requires DLC. Or DLC other than Spooky. Spooky DLC is acceptable. It is. It might not actually, but whatever. I'll be using all the packs, but I won't be using any of this silly, you know, movie stuff. Hey Marco. Okay, what can we have this thing doing? Maybe I put this like in here. No. Ooh, you're a big worm. Oh, it goes on sale? What's your CPU and your video card? What are you going on about? Hey, Kill Gaming. How long? 957 hours. $957 hours. 900. Sorry. Yes, 957 hours. Okay, good night, Mega Nico. Early stream tomorrow, but I think it's gonna be Assassin's Creed. It's not a negative thing. That's a good thing. You're at 897 hours. Oops. I don't know if I want that there. It needs to be different than the other side. I should also paint it. We need to paint it. Okay, you have a good night, Mr. TLR. Early stream tomorrow. I'll be streaming at noon, Central Standard Time. So, you know, I think that's like 1 o'clock your time. Oh, you bought your game library. Okay, I'm glad you could make it. And I'm still thinking about it. But you need to sort of prove to me before anything can happen. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on. Why is this, like, thing stuttering as I move this back and forth? Like, no, I don't want to paint that color. No. Well, if it doesn't all work out, TLR, we're definitely gonna have fun finding out, aren't we? Good night. Well, Mr. TLR has been here for a while. He was just Mr. TLR for a while, not Mr. TLL with a slight bit of salt. But he has. Thomas. Oh man, Thomas. Hey, Moneymaker. Bed bugs, yeah, that's it. Just gross us out before you leave. I'm kidding, of course, but... That was going on a little thick. Okay. Here we go, right here. I need something. It needs something. That's all I know. I haven't really been thinking. I've just been putting stuff down. But it definitely needs more stuff. A little tree would be nice. I should move this here. Look at that. It's so natural now. Kidding. I need a pile. Trying to make a bigger pile. let's get back to building here. What do I want? I want rubble? Is that what it is? Not rubble. What is it? What is it? This. I want this. Broken. Castle broken bits. Let's look for bits. We need bits. I need some bits. There we go. Okay, let me see here. That's just the bits and pieces I want. I'm not editing a building? Good, I'm not editing a building. I'd hate to like add all this stuff to a building and have... I wouldn't. I want the trees to stay where they are. I don't even know if I'm going to put in a tree, but we're going to try. I'm going to look for an appropriate tree. Tree that fits the scene. Like, no, that's not the tree. This is not the tree you're looking for. Ooh. But that's exactly the same as the tree here. Exactly. Different color. So it's not exactly the same. It's a different tree. Overwatch. Yeah, I couldn't imagine how much I'd suck at that. Yeah, that would be a thing. I would be awful at it. That lump on... Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I could imagine these days any lump anywhere, people start freaking out. I know I would. What's everything way too much going on. Yeah, my biggest thing has been my lungs. I have had over the years, I don't know, a dozen lung collapses, and it's fine if of course you're gonna think this is my left because I've got the camera reversed, but if my right lung collapses, it's no problem. If my left lung collapses, it's awful. It's just absolutely awful. Hurts like hell. You feel like you're gonna die. Or at least the first time I did, I thought I was done. But, yeah. Oh. It... But they say it should stop once I'm past 40. Which is pretty good because, you know, the last time it happened, I went into shock. Or, well, I didn't. I'm like, Excuse me, body. I know what's going on. Quit doing this. Why are you going into shock? Okay, I think we might be crossing the too much information line. But I will go see a dog. Okay. We never did any of this in here, did we? It's like, so, like, not finished. Okay, what are we doing here? What is the point of all this? I think I need to, yeah, I definitely need to get this all looking right. Yes. That's like 3 days, as was already mentioned by somebody who was also excited. You know, I really have to you know, you're right about having to build a coaster. I should just go, like, outside of this world and just go build a coaster one day. I know my coaster builds take a while, like, you know, 16, 17 hours. but you know, I should do it. I want to do it. I just never get to it. If that makes any sense. There's always way too much to do in the world I'm currently working in. And you know, lately, it's been harder and harder lately to just come in here and build. It has, and I'm thinking it's the world. It's not Planet Coaster. It's what I'm building in Planet Coaster that I'm having a problem with lately. Haunted Mines. Yeah. We'll have to see what it's like. I already have plans. Like, yeah, actually I have pretty solid plans for one of the coasters. Which was going to be a mine, and you know, I'm specifically looking at certain parts here that I've been looking at, thinking, yeah, that could be used for this and that could be used for that. But I just, at this point, I'm like, I don't know where to put it. And really, for this world, I'd like to finish this before I actually start building a coaster. Which, I should be working on that right now. That dark ride. I'm definitely not spending enough time on it. Yeah, hardly any for that matter. Yeah, I've got the Red Rock Mine Runner, but it wasn't a very solid idea. It was sort of, hey Ed. Yeah, I know exactly. I need new motivation, and you know what? Like, I'm actually happy with what's happening today. You know, I'm glad. This this is turning out the way it is. So this is the stuff that motivates me, is things getting done. I think is the biggest problem. When things don't get done, it becomes difficult. When I don't see any of the fruits of my labor, I get frustrated. If that makes any sense. Okay, actually, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to end that there. Now I need to decide if this is going to be the fence that's going to go around the whole place. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have done that. Oops. Okay, I'm missing everything now. Everything's just speeding by me. Speed of chat. Come on, there's no way I can keep up with 8.5 messages per minute. No, I had to, you know how it goes though. You work on one thing for longer and longer and longer, and at this point, I think what it is just I don't see an end in sight. That's all it really is. There will be a point where I see an end in sight. Like, and I haven't even got to the coasters yet because I don't know what to do. Hey, guys, Chicago. You can just call me Gameface. I only had to use Gamer because somebody else used the name Game. And how you doing? Actually, that worked out quite well. I like it. Oh yes. Now we're gonna find out if it's straight. Cause I just like eyed it. Oh, I'm off by a bunch of feet. We don't want to. We'll move all of them. Okay. This one. And for some reason, I thought it was okay to stick the posts through the thing, but that's not okay. What's going on here too? Looks like I was doing that. Okay, never mind. And it's crooked, of course. All only. Most excited about? I'm actually, you know what? I like the animals. The animatronic animals. I like that. I think those will be cool. And the best thing about them is they probably won't have guns and they won't be shooting people. Because as you notice in Planet Coaster, all the animatronics are they're gun-toting maniacs. Running around the park shooting people. They're not, really, you know. But I just noticed that everybody has a gun. The sci-fi guys have a gun. So I'm hoping there might be something that doesn't have a gun. Waterfalls. I think there was waterfalls. Those look pretty exciting. Well, I would bet you can't go to, you know, you wouldn't be able to go to the States and even see this to this extent that you see this in Planet Coaster, which is actually developed by a company from the UK. So, like, what I'm talking about are these. Like, I know we have skeletons and stuff now, but here we go. Oh, he's shooting an arrow. He's shooting a gun. He's shooting a gun. Oh, this guy's got a gun. Oh, he's sitting there on his butt with a gun. He's got a gun. I know they're all cowboys, but they all have guns and they're all wearing the same clothes. So let's move on to the next human animatronic. And here is a guy that doesn't have a gun. Oh no, he's sitting there with a gun in his hand. Okay, let's go on to the next one. He's got a gun. I'm not going to include the knights because at that point in time there was no guns. He's got a gun. 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 Most of them are actually actively shooting. Actively shooting. So let's. What else we have? Oh, look. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Like, every single one of them has a gun. Every single humanoid in this game will shoot you. Unless they're, like, typing. But they still have guns on their hips. So basically, everybody has a gun. I went on about this with my pirate thing. I wanted pirates that didn't have guns. Or at least, or fine if they had a gun. But why are they always shooting them? Why is every pirate in Pirate's Paradise angry and shooting? That's the question I have. I asked the pirates, they wouldn't answer me. But sorry, I'm gonna quit going on about guns. I just think it's kind of funny that a theme park game is just absolutely filled with weaponry. A theme park game I play every single day. Now, Frontier must know this. Somebody must have mentioned this. But yeah, you're right. I should voice my opinions to Frontier more directly. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that's another thing. It's there are female entertainers. There are no. Yeah, if Planet Coaster isn't here for me, Raphael is. You know, I'm playing Assassin's Creed right now, so I'm in the city of Alexandria, ancient Alexandria, and I'm looking at that and going, you know, I'm thinking there's an awesome coaster in here somehow. And I just need to figure that out. That might be what I might do, is in the middle of this build, I might hop out and build a coaster. It's just like a coaster through like a through a desert. You know, there might, because the new stuff is going to allow us to build, I'm hoping, pyramid style stuff. I don't know if it's me. I think it's Planet Coaster. What's my passion in life? Well, I like music. I do play guitar. I shouldn't say that. I haven't played guitar and I haven't picked up a guitar in years. Well, that's not true. I picked them up to put them in the rack that I bought to put them in, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this is just because, I don't know, headphones are uncomfortable. So, I don't know if that's my passion, though. I think computers would have to be my passion. I'm not like a... I use computer... I don't use a computer. Lots of people use computers at work. I write software for a living, so... before I started gaming as heavily as I game nowadays, I used to sit around and write software for myself. Just because I could. And I really, really enjoyed that. For years. And then one day... And I'm not kidding. One day, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Gotta stop. Every day, coming home from work, writing software at work, and coming home, and sitting down in front of a computer, and firing up Visual Studio, and writing more software. You know, I wrote an entire point of sale system, an inventory management system, ordering. That was my specialty, was retail systems. Just I sat at home and just I was kind of pissed off at the company I was working for at the time. And I'm like, you know, you guys are a bunch of boneheads. You know, they're all going on about millions and millions of dollars to build a point of sale system to, you know, to replace our old DOS product. You know, and this was in like Windows XP days when I was involved in this thing. And working in retail is boring. Well, I don't know. Before I went into software, I worked in retail. I was a retail manager at a store. The most famous store in town. So yeah, I did that for a long time. And then we've got this software system. So I ended up getting really good at it. So I went to work for them, thinking, hey, look at me now. And actually, you know what? It's funny. I'm glad I did that. Obviously, because, you know, it's got me to the point where I wanted to be. When I was 10 years old, I said, I'm going to be I guess, computer programmer is what I would have said back then. Now it's more like you're a software developer, or I don't know. You have bigger titles. I don't know what my business card says. Oh, mine just says consultant. Which means they get me to do anything they want. I've been put into places to install servers. And again, what do I know? I actually at one point was put into a place to install servers where the guy who used to install the servers where I used to work was one of the owners. RPG and Fortran. No. No. It's the second time that's come up today. No, I'm not in that generation of programmers. When I went to school, I learned C and Pascal. I didn't learn COBOL. I've never done any mainframe programming. I did learn assembly, but we you know, assembly, C++, you know, I went backwards to C++. I learned like Pascal, I learned some C, and then I went off and took computer engineering for a year. I didn't continue software development. I took weird things, like I took systems of equations. I took mathematical induction, calculus, no, assembly is like, you know, jump. Like that type of level of thing. So yeah, I took all these weird. One of the coolest things I took was mathematical induction. I wanted to be. Yeah, it was all to get into the computer stuff. But you know what? University just didn't do it for me, so I went to college. And I took computer engineering. And I learned about nothing. No, I didn't learn about nothing. I learned to program the Z80 processor, like using assembly language. What you're talking about is what assembly language is directly translatable to. Because basically, you know, with a processor, you've got byte commands, basically. You know, you give it a... you give it a certain, basically a set of ones and zeros, which to us we would put in hexadecimal, like F8. F8 would be a key. Let's go with E6 as an example, and that would translate to like 0110, you know, something like that. It would be like 8. Depends on whether they're 4-byte words, or, you know, it all depends on on a whole bunch of crap that I don't even like have in my mind anymore. It's all like way back there, and like, yeah. And so you'd be writing in like, okay, so jump. I'll put a jump instruction to address 088F. You know, and then you can say, okay, if the value in this register is this, then jump here, and basically you're basically creating program flow in a very simple back and forth thing. It's very different than the way we think now, and well, not the way that we think, but that's what's going on underneath the hood. And then, like, basically, now I write in C#, basically, is my primary language. I write business software, so not exciting. But yeah, it's all in C#. It's very structured. We have glorified basic. Well, basic isn't what basic, like, okay, so maybe I should correct what I've said. I write in the .NET framework because, you know, really, basic was basic. Basic, VB6, Visual Basic 6 was basic. You didn't have all the common language features like polymorphism and encapsulation, and so what we would use inheritance and abstract objects and stuff along that lines to do in our modern day languages. You just couldn't do it. But now you can do all that in Visual Basic just as easy as you can do it in C# or C+, just as easy as C+, or C++. C+ and C++ are so, they're powerful. You know, I remember writing stuff in C+, and just like, okay, give me a chunk of memory. Okay, write all this crap to this memory in this, and, you know, like, the way you did things is so next level. But so VB, I did a lot of VB, actually, VB6, before I started writing everything, moved over to .NET. But as soon as I started writing in VB.NET, I'm like, well, why, you know, why am I doing this? I wish I could be a roller coaster designer, but I suck at building roller coasters. Everybody's told me. So, you know, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be in .NET, I'm going to start writing in C#. Because I did some, you know, I wrote some DirectX UI stuff and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the structure. You know, the whole header, that whole thing sort of drove me insane because I tried to get a copyright once. It was before the, you know, where everything was online and all that stuff. And it was like, it's not easy. But my invention was basically it was a windshield wiper that as it came up, it flipped, and there was a more scrubby pad thing that would scrub the window, and then it would flip back and you know, clean, like dry the window type thing. Can't say it online. It's because it's illegal. No. Wrote the original C interpreter? I don't know. Okay. The original C interpreter? Is that what you mean? Not the original C? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, what else do I need to do? I need to do lots of stuff. This isn't fitting. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Probably gonna have to overlap something here. Like, you know, find some happy medium like that. Hey! Yeah, don't look at those sticks. They all line up. You don't think so? You're seeing stuff. And then go in and delete that. Eh? That worked, right? It didn't, because it deleted the wrong one. No edit building. There we go. Got it. Yes, we use all these intermediate languages with on-the-fly compiling, which is good in a way and bad in a way. Let's just throw some scenery in here. So yeah, we were working on some code in the .NET library, and we're doing some stuff with Windows Presentation Foundation, UIs, and I can't remember exactly what the thing was that we were doing. But there's one really awesome thing about the .NET framework, is you can You can pull open a tool. Dot peek, for instance. Dot peek is an awesome tool, and you can fire that up, pointing it at any DLL, and you can see you can decompile it. You can take it from what it is at that point and move it backwards to the point where it's actually a readable code again. Because they use an intermediary language in this whole process. So we're like, we had this bug where, you know, oops, wrong plant. I don't want to use that. Where anytime we use the word items for the variable name, trinary. Anytime we use variables, the variable name items, something would go weird if we did certain things, and we're like, what is going on? So I actually used .peek to look into Microsoft's library and see what was going on, and they actually had code that said if the variable, you know, they use reflection to get the variable name in a string, and they says it is equal to items, and I'm like, what? That's actually in, and I, like, sure enough, that was what was going on. And we're like, okay, so we just can't use the variable named items for our items. And yeah. Sounds like you're trying to cross the lines into quantum computing. That's funny. I was just looking for bits. Now, we need to go somewhere else. Get a pile. Right, but how would you store that? Is there a physical way to actually store the yes, it's a 1, or yes, it's a 0, or no, it's neither of them? Because that's why binary was so useful. Because we would need 2 bits to store a trinary number, trinary thing at this point. Oh, so there'd be like a range in the middle that we would consider 0, and everything around it we would consider 1, 0, and neither. Whole lot of banging. Okay, I think we're scaring people away. Never thought of these. No, it's okay, Ed. Not generally a topic of conversation that people come to see. What did I use for the seat? These seats? Castle decorative course. In a circle. Is that what you mean? Yeah. I definitely like the parts they have in the sci-fi area. But yeah, I guess yeah, I don't know. I have done some sci-fi stuff. You know, we did do Quantum Singularity. My local version? Yes, this is my local version. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think this will fit in this part. But yeah, the sci-fi stuff in this game, you can just build such cool things. This is Quantum Singularity. I don't know why there's puffs of smoke. But oops, and there seems to be a piece missing. This must not be the Steam version. I think I must have cleaned all. Yeah, that wouldn't be like that. That's definitely not. Why wouldn't? Oh yes, yeah, I get it. Yeah, so that's Quantum Singularity. So I really like the pieces that you get with the sci-fi stuff, and I did start some sci-fi stuff when I did Adventureland. So I did say I might start thinking about another ride. And let's say we were going to say, like, this was that other ride. Does that seem like a logical thing? And maybe this ride can, like, go, I don't know, about here somewhere. And we could build some type of path. Sounds like too much work. Just go do something easier. Okay, so the first question that comes up, we've got this like little I don't know, I guess you'd call it Western themed thing. But remember, we're talking early 1900s theme park here, and that with some crazy rides that they didn't have then. But it's like we're trying to think about the way they would build things then. And that's one reason this coaster is like this too. That it looks like, yeah, this is very castle-y, but it looks fake castle-y. Whereas if we were to build this now, we would make it much more real castle-y. Does that make any sense? Let's ride this coaster and see. It's suitable for this coaster too. So this is Hop the Gaps? No, Hop the Dips? I don't know what coaster this is. But it's based on a coaster, something like it. This coaster, of course, takes this little extreme. And I try to get some excitement out of it. But it's still a really, really old style coaster. And it still bugs me that it always seems to be turning right. Sorry, turning left. I only got one right turn in the whole thing. Oh well. But, so that's the sort of style I'm going for. You know, the same with this. It's like a fake Roman architecture. What do I make this? Let's make this go. You go in that pile. What style should I do this? You know, I was thinking, like a pyramid style thing. But again, that has its own problems. These things, of course, fly out, and I think these things also spin. Oh, no, it lifts up. Should I be concerned? I think I should be concerned. It's not exciting enough. Oh, gee. Definitely fitting for the time, though. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Based on a twister, eh? Or it's painted like it's based on a tornado or something like that. So I don't really know what I would do here. Maybe we do like a... Are my thoughts with Frontier. Yeah, that's the problem. Unless I really think these things out ahead of time, I hit these walls like this right now. Or I'm really not sure what I want to do here. I might want to just wait until because I'm really quite pleased with this. This right now looks ideal to me. We need more shops on this side, of course, but that's secondary. But I think this I like. I'd hate to start something here and go, you know, I want to undo it because of that. But maybe I should be working with the stuff that I've already got, and maybe getting the rest of this all finished up. And then, you know, in 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, soon, I'll be in a position where I can say, yes, I want to use this and... But right now, Don't know if I'm there. And you know, that's the other thing. Same with the spooky pack. I'm guessing this thing's gonna have hundreds of pieces in it. Okay, so I need to fix this too. This can't be a thing. First thing we're gonna do is flatten the whole freaking thing out. Ooh, let's not do that. Then, what did I just do? I didn't do what I thought I did. That's what I want. Yeah. My mind is begging for the future. I went through a Pink Floyd phase every year. A lot of a little bit was good. What am I? That was something I was able to just throw on and not even worry about coming on. I go through weird music. Just listen to one thing for way too long. And I ruin it for myself. Not really ruin it. I still listen to it. I hate when that happens. I've placed it, I've clicked, and I'm moving on, but wait a minute, it's not there. This is going to be a long process. This is. Probably take just as long as it took to build it in the first place. What do you mean bug me? You're not bugging me. You're the only one talking to me. There's 9 people here and Ed's the only one talking to me. What did I do? I'm glad you can make it. I'm gonna be wrapping this up real soon. Because I'm just starving for some reason. Hey, Scampy. How you doing? Okay, night, Ed. Have a good one. I'm doing good. I'm definitely doing better today. And yeah, we're definitely, you know, getting things in place here. Starting to get it the way we want it to look. It's getting that, you know, all the spooky stuff in place. And then we'll have to work on some lighting after that, because that's going to be a big thing. The lighting's got to be right. Let's put a snowy tree right in the middle of this thing and ruin it all. Douglas fir, that's what I'm looking for. Birch? Where's the big trunk on the Douglas fir? Am I losing my... Yes, I am. There it is. Oh, yes. I'm really debating whether or not to do wired lights again, but in a different style. I haven't really determined if that's going to be what I do. But the thought's there. Something like a large pole with a light coming off the top. And then wires running between the poles. I like the way that looked. Obviously, this is not done at all when it comes to lighting. You know, yes, I've put some lighting around, ride lighting or ride skin lighting. That's it. It's just the skin that has the lighting. you know. And I haven't even got that far. But yeah, that I haven't really thought of that. I'm glad I worked on this today, though. Get those fences in there. But yeah, it's actually it's taken a lot more than I thought it would. But you know, no one could possibly say that I'm quick at this. I definitely seem to take my time. Not that I could be quicker. I don't think that can be a thing. Though, the bad thing is, this has almost taken me as long as... You know, I've lost track of it now. By the time this is done, this is going to have 2 or 3 times as many parts as Pirates Paradise. And it'll probably take me 2 times as long. That's pretty scary when you think about it. Two times longer than Pirates Paradise. Okay. So we've done the castle, we've done the western, we've done the Roman. Maybe we'd need like a Greek thing, like the Parthenon, or something like that. Or some crazy Caribbean tiki hut. These are not things I can figure out. I can answer right now. Or not. Yeah, it's going to be interesting no matter what. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this here right now. I'm sorry, Scampy. It just not... I'm already past 2 hours right now, and just that I'm really hungry. I should have eaten before I started. I haven't really been doing that this week. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm once we get some lighting in here, we get the strip of stores down here and some other like little buildings in here and here. This is actually gonna come together really nice. We're gonna have a really very large epic train station here, just like the other, well, not just like the other one. Oh yeah, so early stream tomorrow, Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll be streaming that at noon my time. Why does my voice seem off from... I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, leaving this here, we're gonna pick this up. Probably, yeah, well, we will see. We'll pick this up soon. I'm gonna go with that. So until then, I'm GamingFace. This was Planet Coaster. If you liked it, click the button and don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. and I will see you next time.